it's a chic version of The Beautiful Mind.
Great. So we're just waiting to pull up the agenda to start this community call for November, which, just as a reminder, happens twice a month and is recorded and shared with the community afterwards. And we share the agenda as well, which has all the links to the projects, the proposals, all the relevant information that the team and the community is working on. So it usually kicks off with Anna.
Yeah.
And I think we have some big news this week. So maybe you just want to share the big news, which is V3 is out, and give a brief overview of that. Yay. Congrats, team.
Well, the vote's out. The vote is out.
The vote is out.
The proposal is out.
The
Yeah.
proposal.
I'm really close to figuring out how to share. Just bear with me one more second. Oh, why doesn't it work for me? Not working. Is anyone else in a position where they can pull up the agenda? I for some reason can't get it to load up as an option for me.
Oh, Tiago is doing it.
Okay, great.
Thanks, Tiago.
Thank you, Tiago. Okay, so while Tiago pulls that up, I will start, which is that last night, like just said, yay. The team announced the proposal, the GIP, for a bunch of cool improvements to Good Dollar Protocol that we will push, or we hope to push, with the community support and buy-in over the next 3 months, if you will. I really recommend that if you have the time, you read through the proposal, because all of the changes that were being made are being made to really help the community really advance building a decentralized economy that rewards the people who are using it and inserting value into it and building on top of it. There are a few key elements, if you will, to the actual proposal itself. But at the end of the day, the really cool stuff about the proposal is focused actually on ensuring that the protocol and the smart contract infrastructure itself is being designed in such a way as to actually help people use Good Dollar, build businesses off of Good Dollars, empower Good Dollar communities to do more with Good Dollars, give them more control over Good Dollar. And that the way that we've manifested that is through suggestions that actually change who money goes to and how fast we're minting it and who we're rewarding. So at a high level, those are the goals of the major enhancements. Tiago, if you click into the GIP itself, thank you. I'm just going to run through it really quickly. This is all published and this is all shared. And of course, your mods and all of the community facing members have any questions you guys have, people are ready to answer them. If you could please scroll, Tiago. Okay, so as I mentioned, all of the changes that we're making are really focused off of increasing the usage and engagement amongst the most active Good Dollar holders and community members that are really building off of Good Dollar. We've made recommendations to reduce the rate of leverage of the currency through slowing down the rate of minting, which is slowing down the reserves ratio. There's more content in there that explains that, but essentially, as you guys know, as new money is added to the reserve, Good Dollars are minted and we leverage that over time. The proposal is actually to slow the rate of leverage so that we are, as the years go by, we're building a sustainable ecosystem that healthily balances the demand and usage of the currency with the minted supply. And I think then we've made two really exciting changes in the protocol, which is that we've actually made two proposals in here to, one, encourage a Good Dollar savings rate so that people who, one of the requests that we've gotten from a lot of community members is for people who want to stake their Good Dollar and not just earn good in the governance, but also to earn in Good Dollars on top of that. And so we will be in around January or February, releasing a Good Dollar savings rate where people can actually begin to earn a 5% annual yield for Good Dollars based off of staking their existing holdings. Oh, wait. Thank you, Tiago. And we opened a community fund. Okay, and so the question is, in the community fund, I'll let Mary share more about it in future meetings, but the idea is actually this will be a smart contract that will be controlled by members of the community that we will nominate to actually manage that fund, and we hope that it will be used for grants and to support other community members that want to build great stuff off of Good Dollar, which we know we've had a lot of demand for. Probably the biggest change, I will say, is the decision to remove the APY rewards for mainnet stakers. So as you guys know, the original Good Dollar protocol is based off of people staking on mainnet and redirecting parts of their earned interest towards the reserve, and they would get liquidity rewards or mining rewards for doing such a thing. Over the past year, we launched V2 in October of last year, I believe, a little over a year ago today. And we've seen around 17 people come to stake on mainnet and bringing around $200,000 in total, a little bit less actually, of liquidity with them. And meanwhile, we are minting Good Dollars to go to those mainnet stakers, and essentially the feature isn't working the way that we had originally wanted it to. We are paying out more in rewards than the value of the original stake is generating for UBI. So for us, this is not ideal, not how we want to grow the economy. We want the economy actually to reward out people. First of all, we've recognized that the staking is just not as effective at generating UBI as more direct usage or more direct purchases of Good Dollar. It's one thing, and we also really want to give the community members that are building on top of Good Dollar and using Good Dollar day to day access to really earn more on the currency and so that they have more within which they can do. And so we are going to be redirecting float, if you will, the leverage that was going towards the mainnet stakers, and we will be reallocating it into the community basically through the savings rate and also through the community fund. So as of now, 100% of the Good Dollars printed every day is distributed as UBI to claimers. Moving forward, what this means is that there will be UBI minted every day. 100%, 10% of it will go towards filling the savings pool, and 10% of it will go towards the community fund, and 80% of it will be distributed as UBI to the whitelisted users. there's a bunch of components to it, but we're really excited to see this happen. This is a response, these features and these changes are all a direct response to requests we've had from community members and how they want to use their good dollars. And we really fundamentally believe that it's the right set of changes for the community right now. We've shared this with members of the community as we've been working over the past few months. Tomer, Hadar, Bertrand, everyone, Jess, we've looked at this many times. And so we're excited to have the GIP out there. And if you have any questions around what it means and how it will be affected, we are here and ready to answer for you and on behalf of the community. And I'll pause for questions.
Sounds great, Anna. I had a question on the 10% minting versus 5% interest rate. How do they work together?
So, I'll let Hadar explain the math because he told me that it works. But essentially, we're allocating a bigger pool. And we're allocating a larger pool to accommodate which is the 10%, to accommodate larger stakes of good dollars, right? So if we want to be able to offer around a set 5% APY, we have to be prepared to fill requests, if you will, that match that. And so that's why we're taking a little bit more buffer on the 10% daily so that we make sure there's a full savings pool. One thing I forgot to mention here is, and that's the thinking behind it. Maybe Hadar has something else to add.
Don't have much to add, but basically, yes, at the 10%, the daily 10%, at the current rates should probably allow, I think, to like a staking of 2 billion good dollars, and today we have 500 million staked. So currently should be enough buffer to pay these 5%, and of course, since it's 10% of the daily UBI, and the daily UBI grows with time, so the nominal amount allocated to rewards or savings will also grow. But eventually the DAO will have to monitor it. And if we see that 10% doesn't cover the 5% APY, then we need to either increase it or decrease the APY. And both parameters can be controlled by the DAO.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. And I did a rough math as well, and it certainly looks like we're going to have enough. It looks the other way. At some point, the DAO is going to have to decide to either decrease the 10% or increase the 5%. Hopefully, in all likelihood, that's what we're going to do. But is there a criteria for when we're going to have the DAO to review the parameters? We can do that like quarterly pace or every half a year or something like that.
No, we didn't discuss anything like that. I think that we probably want. I don't know what. Eventually, the DAO will want to decide what he wants to do with the rewards. It doesn't have to distribute all the rewards to savings. It could be the rewards can go to other things if he wants to incentivize usage of, could be partner protocols or whatever. For example, let's say there's a good savings, good ghosting on Celo Pool. Maybe we want to incentivize that also, so the rewards can be allocated some of them to those pools or things like that.
Perfect. So maybe that's something that Marie, you could have a look at for the DAO governance, to just make sure that the DAO knows that that's some frequency they have to revisit, and they have like 3 different things that they can do. They can increase the 5, or they can decrease the 10%, or they can move money out of the savings pool and move it into the DAO treasury. those are the three main things that we can do.
Yeah, that's
But
a
I
great suggestion of to just to add into the proposal.
Looks great otherwise.
Would be great if you can comment that on Discord, Noak.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Mary.
Oh, I was saying like it would be great if you can comment that as a suggestion on Discord, so everybody.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No problem.
And Noah, you brought up an important point, which I was remiss to mention, which is that in the proposal, we do clarify at the end of the proposal that, of course, all of these suggestions and suggested changes are subject to further changes, right? As a result of how they work and DAO. And I think also, without adding in a comment about reviewing the success of this progress or the success of these changes in a quarterly fashion so that they can be translated into inputs for V4 and V5, and to do it in a structured way is definitely something that we would all support. I think it's the right way. Great. So, I mean, Mary, I'll let you update, but I think this proposal was shared yesterday, and it's going to be up for discussion for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. So make sure you take your time. Due to the fact that, and then just one other note for the community is that we've clarified this in the proposal as well, but the way we will be administering this vote is we will be honoring the results on Snapshot and pushing the code through the Guardians, which is part of what the GIP2 is designed to do, is that currently we don't have, and because this has to do with the protocol mainnet contracts, it actually would require us to basically run an on-chain vote with the code ready to go. We currently do not have the UI yet set up for all of the DAO participants to actually be able to vote on-chain, plus it costs money, and we want the voting to be as accessible as possible. And so to actually run this and have it happen, we will be voting, all of you, we encourage you to vote, comment, vote. First of all, please share your responses and any questions or suggestions on Discourse. The vote will be happening on Snapshot. And then implementing the V3 changes through a few different smart contract upgrades through the Guardians. That is the current operating mode. Any other questions? Okay, great. So Tiago, if you could click out of here. I have two very, very, very short updates. Otherwise is we finished that's my updates from last week. GIP3 is out. That's done. We're publishing it, discussing it, talking about it, etc. We've already started to internally begin to work on Good Dollar V4 in a monetary policy brief. So we're going to need to get a community working group and a few different groups up around that. I'm not going to spend time talking about it, but we've already started to think, Noak, to your point about what comes next and how do we bring in the right stakeholders that help us build what comes next, etc. The Good Dollar Balancer grant is a part of that, which we announced last week, which is the grant to actually begin to build a multi-asset reserve bonding curve. So that's great. Announced that last week. That'll also all be part of V4. And I need to update the link here, but I shared in the general and team channel deck Good Dollar November 2022, an overview presentation of where we've been, what we've achieved, the community change makers that are building Good Dollar, the protocol, and hopefully where we are going. I've shared it with a few people. First of all, thank you to everyone for all of your inputs and all of your help in helping us get to a good product. I've gotten some really good feedback on it so far. And so we will, feel free to start to use it in your purposes, etc. And I know we will be sharing more in the next day or the next week around what does this mean for the rest of the brand assets, because you'll see there's some cool new branding going on there, and the website and a range of other different things. So that's my update, and I will update the Notion board when I'm back from this trip tomorrow. One quick other update is eToro is a member of what's called the Blockchain Association. They're a lobbying group in DC, which advocates on behalf of our industry. I've been in DC the past 2 days they've had a summit basically that's focused off of the using blockchain to build a better world. It's been very, 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 very interesting to see how sophisticated lawmakers and regulators have gotten at really understanding the difference between centralized finance and decentralized finance. I think that might be one positive output of this whole FTX collapse, is that it's encouraged people to get a lot smarter about non-custodial models a lot more quickly. I think there's a lot of, hopefully Good Dollar is going to become part of the association's DeFi education course, which they're going to use to actually educate lawmakers and potential regulators on the power of decentralized finance. So that's been my goal of coming down here, is actually to get our project as part of their advocacy, their larger advocacy agenda. And seems like people are excited about it because, as you know, there's not very many examples. So that's just another quick update on my end. Please ask any questions.
I want to keep us on time because we're a little behind. But thank you, Anna. Tiago, you're next. Show us the numbers.
Zorro, you're on mute.
Yeah. No, can't hear you. Can anyone else hear him? No? You may have to try to log in, log out, jump in, jump out. In the meantime, Pat or Hadar or Louis, do you want to share an update?
Can you hear me?
Is there anyone?
Hello?
No.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, good. I'm also having troubles with Discord on the computer.
Don't
So I'm on my
know.
phone.
Let me think. Let's see if I have an update. I've looked at a few DAO management tools, which could be interesting. So maybe I'll share them on the chat and invite you all, I guess, to explore them. I've seen one project today. Is there a chat here? What's the chat?
Upper right-hand corner is the chat.
Upper right-hand corner. Yeah. Okay. So there's Web3.gg. I think that I heard about it from HumanDAO. So it looks like a very easy platform to issue badges and credentials as NFTs to your community. It could be integrated with automations or Discord, for example. Anyone that has been in this community call can receive a badge. So I know that we've been in touch with Grappa about it. I haven't seen Grappa's interface, but Web3.gg looks really nice at the moment, and they can also do specific customizations. For example, let's say you want to give a badge for people that claimed 30 days in a row. So they can add those types of integrations and also make those badges dynamic. So now maybe someone claimed for 90 days in a row, so he receives the second level badge, and so on. That's a nice platform for that, for giving out badges and things like that. Or contributions, people can also add contributions. For example, I don't know, someone said, I ran the community call, then you can approve even a badge for that, and that can also come with some kind of a monetary value that you can give out for people doing contributions. Another interesting platform we saw together with I saw today together with Mary. That's 4B. It's not as polished as Web3. It's in early beta, but that seems like a nice platform for building and discussing proposals. Right, that's a platform that's specific for that. And what else was interesting? There's Nestor.io that I've seen. I was in the unconference of the token engineering of the Trusted Seed. I saw them there. And this is a platform for running projects, like running a lot of groups. It lets you you can have different circles there that are building different things. And it also looks like a very nice platform that can be used to manage, I think, working in DAOs. Yeah, those are the platforms that I've seen recently. I wanted to share.
Great, thanks. I just shared one as well, and I was also going to share an update on Grappa in my community update, but I see Tiago is back, so I'm going to let Tiago jump in and give his ecosystem updates. And we have 30 minutes left, and I just want every team lead to think like 5 minutes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
And can you see my screen?
No.
Sure?
Yes.
I could see your screen. Try again.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Now I can see my screen.
Yeah.
So, just to quick summarize some numbers from the last week. The first screen here is a screenshot of the dashboard with my numbers, the total UBI distributed, unique UBI claimers, market capitalizations, total transactions, active wallets, and value staked. And we have the growth in the last 7 days. These numbers at the end of the year, we have very close to 500,000 users in good dollars. And this screen shows where these users come from in the last 30 days. Most come from Bangladesh, Indonesia, and Nigeria. A quick update about the token. The UBI distributed in the last week, the UBI per users in the last week, the market capitalizations, and the screenshot shows the token price in the last day, week, 30 days, and this year. So we can see the winter is in crypto, but good dollar is still very stable in the numbers. So very good to have good dollars at this time. A stake update about the amount of good dollars infused stake for good we had, and also the stake in good staking, the UBI, the API who will be cancelled soon, and the supply, where the good dollars infused, and how many good dollars in Ethereum, and how many holders we have in each chain. And for last, just a quick overview about the numbers in the marketplace from the last 7 days. The first line is the total numbers in the marketplace, total users, total products, total purchase, etc. And the second line is the conversion flow of the marketplace in the last 7 days, the total sign-ups, products, and purchase. We can see we have an increase in the products published thanks to the community, and every time we have new products, the payments also increase. And that's it. Probably a bot will take my screen. Will not. Okay.
Quick question, is that Notion charts?
No, this is a print screen of Data Studio.
Oh, okay. It looks really nice. Nice job.
Okay, and that's it. You give more time to the next people.
I just see that there's a 12.9% increase in purchases, which is
This is the total, all time.
all time. Got it.
This comparison is this week with all time. And this line is the 7 days. The conversion flow is the last 7 days.
So, okay, so yeah, 12.9% increase over time and 100% increase in the past week. That's a positive indicator.
Yes, maybe because we publish some products, because the community needs to approve the products. So every time new products was published, we have an increase in the payment requests and the purchase.
Makes sense.
I don't know how many people more than you buy.
Great. Thank you, Tiago. Pat, do you want to give an update?
Yeah, so I'm going to be really quick today, except for the one thing that I want Tiago's help. Tiago, I'm going to send you a link. Can you share this later? But for now, can you stick to that screen? So yeah, as you know, our team is struggling with the war on Ukraine, but they are still working steadily on the claim page, the addition of face verification to BitSwap, and improvement of the analytics. The Artrific team, which was also developing the good dollar token integration.
Can you guys hear?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Discord is that?
I can hear her. That's
I
weird.
can't. I'm logging out and coming back in.
Yeah, Discord is not having a good day today. I'm talking from my phone because on a computer it was just not working. But Thiago, can you scroll down a little bit? So the Artrific team, they finalized the dev version for testing, and I was able to test it. And you can see I created an NFT collection. I put it up. I set my NFT for sale, and you can see here that I was about to complete the checkout and buy that NFT for $1,000, which is really, really exciting. There's still some final work that needs to be done, and then it will be deployed. Can test. So, but what I wanted to point out is that for our community mods, and when we start telling people about this amazing integration, people will need Fuse. They will need Fuse tokens to interact with our traffic. So we'll have to teach people how to swap. But other than that, I think this is really, really cool, and it's amazing how fast they work to integrate the dollar token, and I'm really excited about this. So this week also, I've worked a lot on strategy, just like trying to figure out our next steps, put some decks together that I'll show as soon as they are done. But what I wanted to show you today is a little bit different. Thiago, can you share the Amplitude dashboard, please? I want to talk about sorry, I'm stuck here. Wait.
Send in Slack, right?
I sent you on Slack, but my phone just died over here. Okay, let me see. Back. Okay, there you go. Yes. So I want to talk about the security, all of these tools that we have to protect the dollar protocol from being exploited by bad actors. So Thiago and we usually look at this dashboard on Amplitude that shows how people are interacting, in this case, specifically with the wallet and the website. So I'm just going to run through this graph really quick to show you the work that we do. So at the left, you see visitors. And you see that in the last 2 days, we had a huge spike in visitors. 50,000 people in the last 2 days, so each, right? 50,000 on Wednesday, 50,000 on Tuesday. And then you see that the next graph, it's that screen in the wallet where you choose your login method. So you see that we had around 16,000 each day of unique users trying to log in or create an account using the passwordless option. Then the next graph you see that shows the blocks, how many of these trials were blocked for whatever reason. So it could be because people were trying too hard, or because they're the same device were trying many times, and those people were blocked. And then the next one shows how many were able to pass the first stage. So imagine if they're trying with Google, they would log in and they'll pass the first stage and they will go through sign up. You can see that that's already reduced to 1,000. Then scroll down a little bit more. Sign up success, which is this graph that Thiago is showing on the left right now. You see that the spike is gone. So the spike that we saw on the first graphs, it's gone. So 99% of the trials of the people trying to create an account to maybe claim illegally. We don't know what was their purpose, but you can see that doesn't exist anymore. The spike is gone, and the last graph is claim success. So you see that there is no alteration in terms of claim success. So of all of those 50,000 trials that happened, that we thought that people were maybe trying to hack the system, none of them were successful. And I think this is a big proof of how strong the protocol is, and that's the distribution contract is safe from people trying to drain it. And we see this every once in a while, and Thiago and I are always investigating to figure out is it really happening? Is someone being successful? And we've never seen it. So I just wanted to share this because it happened in the last 2 days, and I know that this is something that people are often concerned about, but no need to worry. And that's it for me today.
Thanks, Pat. That was super interesting. I just learned a lot in the last 5 minutes. Okay, can you hear? I
Yes.
have to test this every time. Yeah?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So the ambassador program is live. I've been recruiting some great candidates that have applied for the 2 community jobs, the community ambassador and the social media ambassador. So we'll be finalizing that and onboarding them very soon. The Partners Wiki is up. The badge, Hadar, is ready and it's all there on that page. So as we talked about before, this is a beta test for, it's really just a beta test for Grappa. Grappa is building a decentralized LinkedIn, and as part of their beta test, they've asked any developer to participate, and in return, they're giving a special badge with the Good Dollar logo for anybody who signs up via this form. In the future, immediately in Q1 2023, the goal is to create an ambassador focused badge, and really any type of badge because they have the capabilities to do that. If you want to participate and check out and learn more about it, the link is there, and it's totally up to you. But I think it's a very, very cool community, and I'm excited to learn more about it as well. Hosting a Twitter space next week. Hope you can join. And there's more, to Anna's point earlier, there's more on the circles and how we're growing the community in a more decentralized way in the ambassador program. And I'm really looking forward to talking to you about that. But unfortunately, I have some news. These discussions are going to be coming from me, not as a core team member anymore, but actually I am leaving Good Dollar due to a number of reasons, but a lot of it has to do with just the current operating conditions that we're in. Had to make a lot of budget cuts, and unfortunately, I kind of knew this was coming, and I know it was a very difficult decision for the team. I'm getting emotional talking about it because I know, it's not something that I want. It's not something that how do I say this? Wow. I'm very sad to be leaving the core team, but I'm very excited to be part of the community, really as part of the community. And I'm super bullish on how we can really do. This is not how I planned it in my head, I swear.
You got it. You're doing great. Go for it.
Yeah. Basically, I am really, I'm taking the next step in my career, and moving to do something else in the impact space. And unfortunately, it's not with Good Dollar as part of the core team, but Good Dollar as part of the community, which is, it's actually a really, really good thing. And this is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to be a little less available. I'm not going to be leading the ambassador program. I'm not going to be doing the daily, but I am going to be rooting for all of you in the back. And I'm going to be, I want to be connected with everyone that has been a mentor to me and has been my community for the past 2.5 years since I started this. So I will keep you all updated as I have more information on what I've been building, but I've shared with a lot of you already that it's geared towards bringing more women into Web3 and creating more impact that way. So I really hope that we can continue supporting each other. And I just wanted to say, and I'll say this in words without me crying, but just really thank you.
Thank you, Jess.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Well, Jess, thank you. You were like a great member of our team, and for sure you will be part of our community and part of our, when I speak about Good Dollar, for me, it's first of all a community. The team is the vehicle that, enable us to meet as a community. So for us, it's what counts is to be part of these great efforts that we are trying to build for the world, to be a better place. So we really, really appreciate you and the time and effort you spent with the project, and we're sure that you will be incredible, in any other, adventure, Web3 adventures and new episode that you are heading to. So we really wanted to thank you and say, and of course we will meet you here in our community calls. We hope the next one.
Of course, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm sorry for crying on this community call, but that's just me.
I'm crying.
And I really appreciate your words also. It means a lot to me, and all of you mean a lot to me, and this team means a lot to me. So thank you for really everything, really everything. And you have a big place in my heart.
I just want to say,
Jess,
you go.
go ahead, Mary.
I just want to say, I'm crying too, and I heard this before. So, you mentioned you wanted to say thank you to all your mentors. I publicly want to say thank you to you because you onboard me to Good Dollar, and you'll be my mentor and my teamwork. And I just can't wait to keep doing cool things with you, and you're gonna be great. Thanks for everything.
Jess, I want to echo everyone's thank you and gratitude for all of your contributions and all you've done to build the community really from day one. You've been with us since before we launched. We just had the little V1 version up and running, and you are so much of Good Dollar. You look at Good Dollar, and Jess, I see you everywhere, and your impact and contributions last much longer than this current phase of work. And I know you mean it with all intention when you say that you are not going anywhere and will continue to be a member of the community. And I look forward to that and that happening for you as you continue to grow in your career and your journey of building your Web3 career. And so this is just one step along the way. And I know the community members and myself want to give you a proper send off, and we will. And but it's not goodbye. It's just a shift, and if difficult, but also change sometimes is for the progress, right? And but incredible contributions. We see you everywhere. You will live on in the community through all of your work and all of everything you've done, and that is very, very lasting. So thank you for being my partner for so long in that.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. Yay.
Yay! We're not letting her leave to go anywhere yet.
I'm not going anywhere. This is the best job I've ever had, and I probably ever will have. So thank you. The most meaningful. So on that note, let's go to the rest of the agenda.
Who's next?
I'm next. I think I'm next. But it's gonna be really quickly because the main governance update is what Anna explained. We launched good dollar like B3 on Discourse, and I just updated like an FAQ about that proposal with some questions that the community may have about it. I had all those questions, so I felt like it was worth it to publish it. So I hope you guys like take a look, and if you have more questions about it, we're here for it. As Anna said, we're gonna give like a week and a half or something like that for people to comment on B3 and like any improvements you guys think we can do on that proposal before we move it to like voting. And that's pretty much all. And as Clara was saying, like we're still looking for more like DAO tooling to improve the operations of the DAO. What are you saying, Steve? Oh yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you need to ask me. You can do that, Steve. Let Steve talk. He wants to talk about like BSEF.
Hello everyone, can you hear me?
Yes.
It's with you.
Okay, I'll be very quick. I just have today as just a free day for me, so I don't want to take this to next week. So just a quick recap from the event we did in Nigeria 3 weeks ago. It was actually successful, and being one of the first social impact blockchain conference held in Nigeria, it was really impactful, and it actually pictured good dollar on the social impact aspect of blockchain, because a lot of founders who came around, most of the guest speakers, most of them have not even heard of good dollar, and basically 95% of those who came around for the event have not heard of good dollar. So it actually gave us riding boat for good dollar, and we were able to set up a community there in Abuja, which is one of the exciting things. I think it's a big achievement for me, and the Nigeria team. With over 120 members, and most of them already in the Telegram community as well. And that also increased the existing Nigeria WhatsApp community as well. And we were able to talk to some persons which will be featuring alongside in some of our community AMAs, and those who are willing and happy to accept GX as a means of payment as well. So, though one of the questions people always ask is how much is the GX to Naira? Though we know the value is very small, and I believe as the protocol grows, people will actually see the value out of it. So that's just the brief update I wanted to give. All the reports about the event are on Notion, so anybody can actually go and access them. We're able to publish some of our videos on one of the top crypto TV in Nigeria. So it's one of the top influencer YouTube channel when it comes to crypto and blockchain, and another big stations, and just like that. Yeah, so that's just the update I wanted to give. And thanks to Jess, I don't know what to say. We're still together. She was actually behind the event, and I really thank her, because I think there are two persons I've actually met in good dollar that's actually changed my perception about leadership, which is Anna and Jess. So those two persons are actually the greatest contributors to my Web3 career, and I owe you guys a lot of things. So thanks a lot. We'll see you on the other side, Jess.
I'll see you in Nigeria, Steve, or somewhere else in the world. But can you share a link to the Notion page with all the great updates and articles? Because I would think the community would love to see that.
Okay.
And thank you for the really kind words. It means a lot to me. I'll see you on the next community call, though, because you're not getting rid of me. Dorit, do you have any updates before we wrap up?
Yeah, well, I just need to run to my legal meeting. But yes, we have exciting update that we got the first draft of the memo that we were waiting from our legal team. It looked good, and we are heading towards, starting the actual operation of establishing the new entity, and so we are on the plan, on date, and we are working. So I promise to do like a special section in our coming community call to share with you the journey on trying to establish a non-for-profit foundation in the Web3 ecosystem. It's really, really challenging, but we are there. So it's really, really. I feel that we are on the right path, and it will be executed. And I hope that by let's say first Q1 in 2023, we will be there already, set up, running, and operating. So yeah. So thank you all for your work, and I just need to leave. Bye for now.
Just a quick plug that the working group for the Good Micro Grants is meeting up 1 hour from now. So if you all want to join, that'd be awesome. If you can, I put the link in the comments and the notes here.
Thanks. Does anyone have any questions before we sign off? If not, we always have the chat. And we'll see each other in 2 weeks.
We'll see each other in 2
I
weeks.
had a question. Jess, you mentioned something, circles in the ambassadors program. What's that?
Circles is our plan, is the plan we laid out to set up every group of ambassadors. This is the working group plan. We just call it circles instead of working groups.
Okay.
So yeah. And get it? Every circle will have a safe, meaning it's a safe circle.
Nice.
It's not got anything to do with our competitor circles.
They've got nothing on us.
No, I understood that. Okay. Awesome.
All right, I'm also running to the legal call. Thank you all. Thanks for hosting such a great community call today.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.